Welcome, you guys. Great to see you. We have just wrapped up 9 builds. Oh my gosh, I need coffee. I need a nap. I need something, but it was amazing. It was really great. Um, I got to wrap it up with Build at Sea out of Orlando. Oh my gosh, they were all amazing, but that was more fun than a barrel of monkeys. I mean, everybody had the best time. At the very end, I said, "Who wants to come next year?" Boom, the place erupted. They were so excited. I'm telling you. So, my advice to you, attend the build in your area, but if you want a little getaway with some, come to Build at Sea. By the way, I was so inspired. In about 3 years, I'm thinking about doing Cabo at Sea just to mix it up a little bit because we've been going to Cabo for a while. But I am under contract with the Hyatt Ziva for 2 more years, so we're going to be there in 2025 and 26. But it was pretty cool. So we might do like a cruise to Cozumel and Cancun and go out and just put it on a boat. Oh my gosh, check this out. I got to say this. A lot of you are just getting here. People got their accommodations, they got all their meals, beverages, full blown entertainment. The all in 80s retro band thing, place went berserk. The Aqua show in the wind, we thought they were going to die. It was the most amazing, entertaining. Everybody was treated like a king and a queen. It's all inclusive, and ready for this, including your rooms for 3 days on the biggest cruise ship in the world. That's some cheesy Yankee cruise ship, including the rooms, the entertainment, the food, everything. It was $700 a person. $700 a person if you booked early. You had to book early and get the suite. So, man, I will be there next year. I can't make all the builds because sometimes they overlap, but I promise you, I'm not going to miss Build at Sea out of Orlando. It was too good. And again, this is not putting down. Cape Town was amazing. Honolulu, Hawaii was amazing. LA, Salem, Vancouver. John Sy just logged in. Vancouver was, they were beyond special. Detroit,
New
Dallas,
Jersey.
New Jersey. New Jersey's one of the ones I missed, but they're going to do a new location next year. Apparently, you had to fly there, then get in your car and drive 3 hours out to the resort. Was that right, Rob?
No, no, it was an hour and a half. Some people drove 3 hours, but hour and a half from the closest airport. But it was in the beautiful mountains. It was quite a drive back roads. But I will say one of the most genuine events of Dave Kennard and his wife and Tom Trong and Vincent Koo. It was like one of the most heartfelt events I've been at. I mean, everybody was just sharing their hearts. It was super good.
Oh, that's the magic. The people sponsor the people. So when you show up and you bring guests to these things, I brought a guy from Virginia who sells 50 homes a year. He loved it. He's like, I get it now. And we can't do that at Starbucks. You can't transfer that at Panera Bread, you know? And so really encourage you, come to the events, bring people. But if you want a vacation, do Build in your area, but come to Build at Sea. Oh my gosh. It was so good. It was so good. Good to see everyone. Okay, with that, I was stalling a little bit, giving an update on Build and letting everybody log in. So we are going to get started. So here we go. I got 3 quotes for you today. We're going to jump into it. Number 1, God's delays are not God's denials. And so realize it sometimes it's just not now, not quite yet. And it's good. If your teenage children get everything they want the second they want it, right? That doesn't really build character in them. Anybody couch surf? Anybody eat top ramen here? Anybody put 89 cents of gas in your car here? Anybody run to the power place to pay the power bill or the water bill or the cellular phone bill? Anybody? The stress is part of what makes you, I mean, I hate to be cheesy, but coal under massive pressure becomes a priceless diamond. And so everybody had to face the music, man. Michael Jordan cut from his high school team. Tom Brady taken last in the NFL draft. Man, I mean, too small. Everyone's vote. Oh, wow. How much power do I got left? Oh, 8%. Okay. This is embarrassing. I got to hook up I got off the boat and got in last night. So let me plug my laptop in. Okay, found the cable. Just a second. I'm glad I noticed that because having this shut off in the middle of my talk would not have been good. My
While
bad.
he's plugging in, I'll just let you know we're collecting all the videos from all the sites. They'll all be on brentgove.com. So we're just everybody's in editing right now, but we just got South Africa's, we just got Hawaii, and I've got 3 other sites coming. So we'll eventually get all of those in playlists on brentgove.com. Some amazing speakers. It's
Yep.
all coming. I mean, there'll be probably 200 videos from all of the events.
Yeah, we normally have 20 speakers. We had 200 speakers this year. That was the dream. We're looking at bringing Toronto online. We're looking at bringing Atlanta online, possibly Phoenix, Nashville. So that'll be 14 next year. Then Dave Kennord said you really got to break up the Northeast into like New York, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore, Maryland. So that'll go from 1 to 3. So we'll end up with possibly 17 builds next year. And so we bring build to the people. You know, it's really about empowering the agents and helping the guests that you bring get the big picture. And let me tell you, it was amazing. By the way, I was so fired up on that cruise ship. We had the best time. Carlos said that was the most passionate, funny. Everybody cried. Everybody laughed. So we're going to get a copy of my talk at Build at Sea. He goes, dude, that was a performance. You didn't do a talk. You did a performance. He just couldn't get enough of it. So I can't wait to see it. I don't know. I was having a blast up there. And I think we're all at our best when we're operating in authenticity and out of our passion. So I'm just still fired up myself. And we go to refill our tanks to refill our agents' tanks, and then to bring the guests. So it's like the trifecta, baby. And then a bonus, it's kind of refilling your tanks, is it's a vacation. Kathy and I had a blast. Bring your sweetheart. Okay, so God's delays are not God's denials. Number 2, don't despise small beginnings. Write that one down, because some of you are like, well, I only had 10 people at my event. I only had 20. That's where I was. My first event had a handful of people. Don't despise small beginnings. The key is to begin. Most people never begin. That's why Tony Robbins always says, if you're in your head, you're dead. If you're in your head, you're dead. You're thinking about, I should do this. I should do that. I should write a book. I should start a YouTube channel. I should get on Instagram. I should. And Tony Robbins says, quit shouldn't all over yourself. Don't. I mean, not to be a little graphic, but become a doer, like Mountain Dew, baby. Get it done. And then the final one is this, and this will help you. It flows with don't despise small beginnings. Are you ready? Progress before perfection. Some of you are like, well, I got to get the website perfect. Get the website up, make it perfect. I don't know if Teresa's on here. She's doing how to become a superstar buyer's agent and make $200,000 a year. She has John Foster speaking. He has 38 homes in escrow right now. How many homes do they have in escrow right now in this market? 38 in the Bay Area, where the average home price is $1 million. So he's got 38 million in contract right now. And she said, hey, John, would you come teach for 2 hours at the Embassy Suites in this room? It's the Bay Area is funky. It's really, really difficult to get a space to talk in San Jose and San Francisco. She got a room at the Embassy Suites. I think it holds like 60 people. And I said, get 120. Have it so the standing room only double deckered. Have it so people are ticked they didn't get a chair. You should have got here early. You were late, you stand. The people who are early get a seat. And then you want the men, hey, stand up, let a woman have a seat. Be a gentleman here. But you want it so crazy and crowded. But you could do the same thing with 20 people in a room. You get a conference room from Guild Mortgage, First American Mortgage, and it holds 10. And you go, I got 20 or 30 coming. Good. Jam pack it. And the energy is there. And people are like, that was the most incredible thing ever. And this is how you go. You don't have to have 100. You don't have to invite every EXP agent in Durango, California. Invite your guests. And it's not your responsibility. And if they hear about it, yeah, sure, come. You're welcome. Be an inclusive person, but you don't, so many people do, I want to have a 500-person event. How many guests you had there? I had none. You failed. I'd rather see you have a 5-person event than a 500-person event. If you're not, as a leader, bringing guests, the speed leader determines the pace of the pack. So Shay Spitz is a great example. She's out in, let's see if I can get it right. Oh, God, Nebraska. Are you in Nebraska, Shay? Did I get it right? Yes. I always want to say South Dakota, North Dakota. Shay, here's what you should do, and everyone should do this. I want you to book a business planning clinic. Nobody has a business plan. You can go to all the agents. Are you in Lincoln, Nebraska? What part of Nebraska are you in?
Columbus.
Columbus, Nebraska. Okay.
Yep.
So you ask them, hey, you call your friends. Do you have a business plan? Like you, they go, well, sort of. I go, no, no, either you do or you don't. I mean, a step by step, initiative by initiative, goal by goal with deadlines. What's going to happen when every week, every month, every quarter, and this is going to help you hit your target for the year. Do you have a blueprint for how you're going to get from A to B? And then shut up. And they'll go, I don't got that. I said, here's the deal, Jason. You're coming to my business planning clinic. Tony, you're coming. And these are Sotheby's agents. These are RE/MAX agents. I go, it is not, and just be right up front because they know who you are, Shay. It's not about EXP. The letters EXP are never going to be mentioned. And you're going to get a business planning workbook. So Rob, if he can find it quick enough, he goes, what do you need me to be ready with? I go, I'll know when I know. We have a digital, and we'll get it out to you on email if you can't get it up in the chat. We have a digital business plan that we got from Viral Workman Business Solutions. It's a digital business planning workbook that we emailed you, you hit print, you can make 10 of them for your event. 15, and you say, you're going to come, Brian Hour, and you're going to leave with the business planning workbook, and you're going to work in that book. And here it is. See how good he is? Yep, there it is. Table of contents, very professional. So this is in your chat bar. You hit print, and you could do it. I want you to, every single person here, every one of you, Steve Hillier, you don't have to have a 200 person, do 20 people. You get 15 guests there. I did one. I invited over 50. 32 showed up, 18 changed companies in a month. You want to put 18 on your front line? Quit playing tiddly cakes. Quit playing pancakes. Start doing this thing. And so I say, look, come, learn, get your business plan. And by the way, our speaker is amazing. He has 38 homes in escrow right now. Who do you know has 38 homes in escrow? And shut up. They go, nobody. I go, and you're busy next week? Unbusy yourself. Cancel your listing appointment. This is more important than you guys got to up the energy. And don't you bail on me. I say it to people all the time. Don't go show property at the last minute because they will. They will bail on the event. Well, they said they were coming. Then, I had to show property. Bull pucky. I tell them up front, Steve, you're not bailing on me because I'm saving you a speed at a sold out event. It will sell out. And if you say you'll be there, when you don't show up, you stopped somebody else from coming. So I need your in stone commitment. Are you going to be there? I had a very high show up rate, having 33 guests at a business planning, and they all want it. The most sexy thing to be invited to if you're an agent at RE/MAX or Coldwell Banker or Century 21 or Realty One is a business planning clinic. And so they go you're going to leave there with clarity, and clarity is power. Flashlight is diffused light, lights up a room. A laser will shoot half a mile across a lake and spot a bear on a tree. You further focus that light and you get an industrial laser that'll slice through steel beams. I'm going to help you slice through steel beams. God, Brent, you say that like I go to your thing. Well, I didn't sound like this when I started, but you'll get there. Practice makes perfect. Remember? Progress, not perfection. Just do your first one. You could do another business planning clinic in 6 months and 3 months and invite other people I should have write them on a list for the next time. Write them on a list and get them there. And guess what? There'll be half your people probably won't make it. So you can say, no worries, we're doing another one in 3 months. And the speaker is going to be Frank Crandall. Frank used to be a regional manager for RE/MAX. He was in charge of over 500 top RE/MAX agents. This guy's a mega superstar. It's really, really important that you promote this, whoever's doing the business plan clinic. Bill Pipes is coming in. Viral Workman's coming in. Kyle Whistle's coming in. Tina Cole's coming in. Veronica Figueroa. Veronica would do one for me. I just pretty much secured Ed Milet for a big event I'm doing. You know how hard it is getting? You know the kind of money it costs? I got a yes. His assistant who booked it says the dates work. I got a yes. There's a few things I have to work on, like jet delivery of this man and presidential suites and escort and then big money. But I got a yes because I'm swinging for the stars. But I want you to swing for the stars. Why not get Oprah Winfrey to show up at something you're doing, or Steph Curry or Tom Brady? Or how about the guy, the crazy Navy SEAL, he drops a lot of F-bombs. What's his name? Goggins, David Goggins. Is that right? David Goggins. Why not you do an event with David Goggins? Now, he may not be your speaker for a business planning clinic because he doesn't do real estate. But I'm telling you, you could create the excitement and mojo, and you need to, but start small. Again, my first middle quote, don't despise small beginnings. I want you to start small and jam pack the room, turn people away. They're like, what the heck? I ain't gonna miss the next one. What ages 12 times they have 100 people show up, which is really good in a 200-person room. They have 40 people show up, which is really good in an 80-person room. They have 25 people show up at a 50-person room. You want to get a 25-person room and have 50 people show up. You want to get a 100-person room and have 200 people show up. It's called room dynamics. It's called chair psychology. And don't you dare ever, ever, never, ever put out all the chairs. I know we got 80 coming. Good, put out 40. But where we got 80? Put out. Don't. You want to add chairs at every event you do. You want to be putting chairs out. Have them hidden in the corners and add them, because guess what? Sometimes 80's coming and 50 show up. And you would have had 30 empty chairs. And it's just like burping at the dinner table. It's not attractive. And it's a bad look. Okay. And by the way, you can afford the Ritz-Carlton and the Four Seasons. Get a tiny, tiny little conference room there that holds 10 people and get 30 people in there. When someone gets invited to the Ritz-Carlton or the Four Seasons or the Hyatt Regency or the some bougie hotel that everybody knows, they're like, wow, it gives you credibility. But what do? You get the clubhouse, the local community center in your city. It's just like, yeah, I was there. I saw a lot of drunk people at a wedding, and it smelled like old dogs and old cats. Do you have an old dog and an old cat opportunity? Is it an old dog and old cat business plan? Where you hold your event is super, super important. You don't have to get a huge room there. You could do the Four Seasons in a room that you pay $300 for the day, and you can have a vendor pay that bill. Another vendor, by the way, always serve coffee and water. Always serve coffee and water. They're going to serve food, sneak in some granola bars, put them in a bowl, hand them out a little care package. They can't see what's going. Have a little something for people to eat. They'll say, no, you cannot bring outside food. Hand them a little bag. Here's your little gift bag. If there happens to be a granola bar and a bottle of water and a pen in there so they can write with, the hotel ain't going to see it. And because when you add food and beverage, just you're done. The coffee itself will be like $200 a pot. It's crazy, but get a pot of coffee, because trust me, you do that meeting in the morning, no coffee, that's no bueno. Okay, so we're gonna get started. How much time do I have left? I haven't started yet. 12 minutes. Perfect. Okay, sorry. I'm just fired up. I've been to like, I don't know, 5-6 builds in the last 7 days. I'm like a ball energy here. Okay. My apologies. All right. So I'm going to say this. Number one, I have a database with thousands and thousands of thousands of people in it, because I listened to someone said, you need to start your KW database. So do you have a database? Start it. Just start it. Like, you have to start. You've heard this. I don't care. Brent, I'm not attracted to that. I don't know how to do it. Get your son to do it. Son, do you like living under my roof? You could practice this. Daughter, do you like living under my roof? Make child labor, make them do it. Your wife. My wife's in there doing stuff right now, rocking and rolling. I don't make her do anything. She makes me do stuff. But here's the point. Ask your wife nicely if she'll help you, or your husband. I'm your boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. Get a boyfriend. I don't know. Get a girlfriend if you're a guy. You got nieces and nephews. You have sons, daughters. Maybe you have an assistant. And so start it. Just start the database. Put 5 people in it. I'm begging you. Your database is yours. You can take it with you the rest of your life. Relationships are so important. I'm begging you. You have to have a database, and you have a KB Core one for free. Start it. Well, I don't really want to build a big real estate thing. I'm telling you, it's a gold mine it'll follow you. These relationships, you guys are important to me, and hopefully I'm important to you. So number one is you got to start your KW database. And the way you do it, if you have an assistant, it's free. Tell your assistant, I'm tasking you with the job of figuring this out. Go to the KV Core 101 class in the cloud, 102 and 103. Get a hold of Jeff Whitespear. He sells 600 homes a year with the KV Core. Attend his trainings. He actually posts all the trainings, how to use it. Steve Hillier, where are you? Unmute yourself if you're still here. Steve, unmute yourself. Real quick, in 30 seconds, where do people watch Jeff and Amanda Whitespear? They sell 600 homes a year. They get a 1,200 person organization. All his videos are posted. Where can they watch them?
City Side. I'll pull it up right now.
Okay, so he's going to put that in the chat, and you can watch his YouTube channel.
It's citysidezoom.com is his site. Just citysidezoom.com. But Google Jeff Whitespear. I'll put his correct name in the chat. Also, every Friday morning, we do a KV Core training on specific plays. You want me to put that Zoom in there too?
Yeah. Put that in there every Friday morning at
Okay,
my office.
check the chat in a little bit, guys.
So here's the deal. I don't know anything about it, but I have one. Have your son, your daughter, your assistant, task them. They can go learn it. You don't have to do this. And if you have an assistant, you're already paying them. It costs you nothing. You already have the KV Core website. So that's number one. You could also go to the local college and offer an unpaid internship or a paid internship. You could people want that. They want that, 2 hours a day, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. These people are like, move. They're on the computer and you get fast fingers and they just Instagram done, YouTube done, podcast done. I mean, they get it. And you can have them for free, an unpaid internship from the local college. They want to put this on their resume to get a job. They will come work for you 2 hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. There's no excuse not to do this. So again, number one is secure your help. It's your nephew, your niece, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your son, your daughter, an assistant if you already have one. That's super easy. Or you could do a paid or an unpaid. What's a paid internship? I'll give you $20 an hour. You're gonna work 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. You're gonna come down here and that's 10 hours a week. That's 200. That's might cost you 200 a week, 800 a month. They get money for college to buy books and just struggle and be broke, starving college students. But guess what? You get to boss them around 2 hours a day. You pretty much get the same thing on an unpaid. Like you don't have to pay. They want you to give them an amazing referral. They're going to have to work hard for that. So there's ways to do this. And then once you secure your help, number one was start KV Core database. The second thing you need to do, or the third thing, is start Instagram. It's so easy. I mean, I don't even know where to find my Instagram. I think I have 10,000 followers and we post all the time. I never post anything. I don't do anything. Well, Brent, I don't have anyone to do it for me. Yes, you do. You have a son, a daughter. You have a husband, a wife. You got a niece, and you got a boyfriend, girlfriend. You got an assistant. You get someone at the local college who will work for free, who will do it for you. Check this out. I have a podcast. I have a YouTube channel. I've written a book. I have my KV Core. I put KV Core website of my day. I have all stuff. I don't spend any time. And so you need to have these things up and running. And then you task your assistant with, or whoever's doing it for you. Hey, I want you to utilize AI, the new AI search engines that are now out, which are going to be like Google times 100, like Google, and then 100x Google. That's what the new AI search engines are. They'll run circles around Google. And then you kick in, I also want you to learn AI and ChatGPT. Now, these people, if you get them from the local college, like, oh, that's why I'm doing my master's in that. I'm doing my thesis in that. Like, they get it. You don't even have to train them, and they just do it for you. And all of a sudden you have these things up and running. So, KV Core database up and running, and then your Instagram, and then the fourth thing would be your YouTube channel. Again, they could do that the first day. They could get your Instagram and YouTube channel up day one. And then the fifth thing, a podcast. I have all these things. I know nothing about any of them. How do you find your podcast? I have no idea. How do you find me? I have no idea. Well, how do you post a YouTube video? I have no idea. One assistant, you say, this is your job, go figure it out. And if you get someone from a local college, they're like, this is like having a cup of coffee. This is like, to you, if you're over 30, you're like, oh, it's so confusing. Not the younger folks. Put them to work for you. They'll work and they'll do it. And then number 6 is I want you to not name the book. But what book would you write if you were to write a book? Would it be on relationships? Would it be on selling? Would it be on listings? Would it be on buyers? Well, I wrote my book called Momentum, and it was a strategic guide to success for real estate agents and brokers. And I came up with like, okay, if I were to write a book, what would my chapter? What do I know? Like, what do I know? Would it be on database? Guess what? In my book, there's nothing on a database because I didn't know anything about it. I didn't talk about database in my book, Momentum. Guess what? I did a chapter on how to do mega open houses because it's really good at that. I did a chapter on succeeding with buyers because buyers are not liars. You're just not any good. I love buyers. I did a chapter on the power of a 10-day close, specifically within the buyer thing. To me, closing every escrow you've ever done in 10 days, start to finish, there's a million reasons to do it. The listing agent gets paid quick. The seller gets their proceeds. They don't have to be out in 10 days, vacant or occupied. They can move out in 2 months, 45 days, rent free. And I did a whole chapter on that. I go, I would do the power of a 10-day close. That's a chapter. It exists. How to list homes. I have a whole chapter on listing homes, everything I know about that. How to build a sales team, right? Hey, Brian, if you can hear me, you might want to kill you're making us all dizzy. Kill your video, just your video feed. You were spinning around there. It was distracting me, if nothing else. All right, so let's see. But where was I? Write the book, write 7 chapters, like how to have a great relationship in real estate with your employees, or how to survive being married in real estate. Number 1, date night. Number 2, sit down and write out common goals together. Number 3, define when you'll work and when you won't work. I mean, if you're going to write a book on relationships, but I think it's important. My daughter was a published author by 19. I sit down and helped her with the idea, and it was no big deal. She's in the Library of Congress. You could be every book ever written, copyright it and record it and put in the Library of Congress. I'm in the library. My daughter Megan's in the library. Could you? And it's credibility. So you should. It's really easy. So I named the book later. I called it Momentum. That's what I called my book, Momentum. Okay. I wrote it 14 years ago, and the book people still read it. It's still out there. It's still working for me. And so you should have those things. A podcast. It's easy. So like it sounds like so much. Have your assistant do it. Like, what do I have my assistant do? I just told you, right? And then, and this could cost 0 effort and dollars if you use family or existing assistants. You just need to start. Okay, I'm going to wrap up today with this. I got 3 minutes left. Number 1, an LOI. What is it and when do you use it? If you have, we just had a gentleman, he spent 2 hours with another gentleman who's a mortgage broker somewhere in the USA. And the guy's like, I'm dying. I've been doing mortgage loans for 30 years. I'm dying. And he spent 2 hours with him. He's like, oh my God, EXP, I've heard of it, but I never really understood it. I'm getting my real estate license. How quick can I do it? And this guy is like a charging bull, 30 or he goes, how many real estate agents? He goes, that's all I know is real estate agents. He goes, I'm going to kill it. And he's hungry because there's a need. And guess what? And he goes, so he's going to join us in 30 days. I go, get him an LOI today. He goes, what's that? Letter of intent. I intend to get my real estate license in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. But he could start sponsoring people today instead of waiting 30, 60, 90. And people cool off. It's called time decay. You don't want time decay. Get him, but you don't get the LOI till he has someone to sponsor. Okay, let's go get an LOI for everyone. No. You start showing the model explain.com to people, recruit through people, not to people. Like Frank Crandall, I don't recruit Frank. I go, Frank, who do you know? And he goes, well, I know Jason Justek. Good. Frank, where are you? California. Where's Jason? Well, he's in Indiana. Let's show Jason. Jason goes, oh my gosh, I couldn't sleep last night. I'm moving today. Hey, Frank, you in? Yeah, I'm in. If Jason's in, I'm in. Everybody's moving. Now, Frank doesn't have a license yet. Won't have one for 30, 60. A letter of intent. It's mine. And Frank, by the time he gets licensed, could have 100 people in his group. Okay. Or you use a broker who's got to shut down his property management or figure out how he's going to do that, or mortgage, or they have a $40 million deal in escrow. The commission's $900,000. I am not moving till I get that $900,000 commission. You'll hear that a lot. Get them an LOI, letter of intent. I want to say this, the magic move, book a meeting from a meeting, never get off a meeting. Today I was with a guy with Gene Frederick, and the guy's sharp. He goes, this. He had like 9 things. He was sharp. He used to be a professional athlete, and he's super interested, but it turned out he never watched the video. Why didn't he watch the video? The gentleman who sent him, met him in Cabo, sent him 5 videos. People send me 3, 4, 5 videos. I never watch any of them. You know what videos I watch? People when they send me 1. Don't send 5 videos about EXP. It is not smart. A real type A person's like, heck with that. I've got time to watch 5 or 2 or 3. You send me one, I'll watch 5 or 10 minutes. Better you get me on a Zoom and you make me watch it with you. So A, don't do that stuff. Well, we got on the Zoom. This guy kind of knew about it, but and he has got Gene and me. I go, well, let's back up the train. I'm going to give you a homework assignment. 2 things. A, watch the model explain tonight. And this particular guy's in Las Vegas and just totally impressive. And then B, on Thursday morning at 6:30 a.m. Pacific, Kurt Shewell does a live presentation of EXP Explain, which is Kurt's Eastern. So it's 9:30 for Kurt, but 6:30 for us in California. And Scott Zimmer's on there every week with people, and he signed up people all over. He's just on fire. But here's the deal. Watch Kurt do it live. I go, the second time I saw it, I did this with my fingers. It just clicked. It just went like this. The first time you watch Small Explain, I want you to watch it with your wife. I always tell them, watch it with your husband, watch it with your wife. You know, I can't tell you how many spouses said, you're doing this. Really? I talked to Mike Frederick and he was like, yeah, I don't know. Then Renee saw it. Renee's like, oh, hell yeah, we're doing this. Mike's like, oh, okay, I guess we're in, you know? So you got one of them's going to see it, tell the other one we're doing this. So I always say, watch it with your wife. You guys can talk about it and you can kind of get their vibe. And then watch it again Thursday morning, 6:30 with Kurt Shewell. You could find him on Workplace, and you can get the Zoom link and it's live. He does Q&A with the people on the Zoom, and he's probably one of the best presenters in the country alive. And it's an excuse to get him to what? See it again. Okay, last thing so only show 1 video. Don't send people 5 if you've met them and they live in Toronto and you're in San Diego. I get it. You can't necessarily. Ideally, you make an appointment, you watch it with them, but don't send 3, 4, 5 videos. Finally, I'm going to end with this. What I encourage you to do at the very beginning, because we're up against the hour, actually 1 minute over, book a don't despise small beginnings. Go contact your title company or your escrow company or your mortgage company, book their conference room, neutral turf, and do a business planning clinic for 10 people. If you can, jam 20 people in there and they're holding books in their labs and they're taking notes, and then find a speaker. Who would my speaker be? Doesn't matter. Book the time, then go on the hunt for a speaker. And if you ask people, they will come. If you build it, they will come. So start there, print the business planning workbooks that Rob put in here, hand them out. You'll leave with the business planning. Then you go back to Coldwell Banker and prosper. Go back to Keller Williams and prosper. Go back to Remax, back to your independent brokerage and prosper. You do not have to come to XP. I'm going to help you become more valuable than their sales manager. That's what you're doing. That's what each and every one of you needs to do. And it's about you having 10, 15, 20 guests there from other companies. And they go, that was awesome. And about half of them will say, tell me about EXP. And now you've made a deposit. You get to make a withdrawal. You get to explain EXP to them and it'll go. Man, it totally works. And you don't need to like book it 3 months from now. Book it a month from now. Well, that'll put me under pressure. Precisely. You need to be under pressure. It's good for you. All right. Eat your Wheaties. Love you guys. Have a great day. And if you're sticking around, I'm doing Mastering Sales with Brent Gove in about 7 minutes. So if you want to stick around for that, we'll see you then. Love you guys. And you can stay right here or you can log back in. We'll see you. Bye-bye.